make sure this kid doesn't...
Hey, yo! His boy slapped me in the face for no reason. I said I would give him my name if he didn't slap me, and he slapped me twice, man!
So that guy right there with the glasses and the tan shirt, he called the cops on his friend. Now his friend got the beat out of him. He's going to have criminal charges. He'll probably be on probation for a year.
Another day, another badge-fueled meltdown. This time in Texas, where friends called the cops on a man in crisis. And instead of getting help, he got chased, roughed up, cuffed, and slapped with bogus charges. Lucky him, right? Let's be clear, the only crime committed here was calling the police in the first place. Harvey Freebird was on the ground with his camera, and the cops were on the ground with their fists.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This video was recorded on the seawall in Galveston, Texas on June 27th, 2025. So a few friends were hanging out down at the beach. One of them decided to go swimming and was having a bad day and told his other two buddies that he was thinking about taking a permanent swim and never coming back, if you know what I mean. So the two friends, thinking they were helping this guy, called the police and told the police that he was thinking about hurting himself. This turned out to be a horrible mistake. I mean, this man's been on the earth for 30-something years and he's never hurt himself before. So what makes you think that he's going to do it tonight? So anyways, the police show up, and them thinking that they have a monopoly on violence and hurting people, decided that they can't let this man hurt himself. That's their job. So when they tried to make contact and talk to the man, he did not want anything to do with police. He had not committed any crimes at this point. And he tried to get away from him and tried walking away. They kept pursuing him. They kept being persistent. They kept trying to force their services upon this man. And eventually, he decided to run, which it's not against the law to go for a run. But do you think these cops let this guy just run away and go on about his business? No. They decided they have to force their help on this man. And they chased him down and caught him and beat the crap out of him. Now, we're going to hear numerous witnesses and the actual victim himself say that when he was being put in handcuffs, that Officer Nino slapped him numerous times. Anyways, without further ado, let's get to the video. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, and share this video everywhere.
Oh, he's screaming. He's screaming help. You gotta make sure this kid doesn't...
Hey, yo! His boy slapped me in the face for no fucking reason. I said I would give him my name if he didn't slap me, and he slapped me twice, man! He slapped me twice! This officer's trying to impede my personal rights! The first right is freedom of speech! You see that?
Why's your knees all dirty, Nino? Y'all came down here and tackled him?
He was going through a mental health crisis. He was making claims he was going to go into the water and drown himself.
I heard that. Y'all had to make sure he didn't hurt himself. Y'all had to make sure it was y'all that hurt him.
Yeah, his family, or his roommates called 911.
I heard it.
We got here, he started running. We were able to...
I heard that too. Why couldn't y'all just let him run away?
Can't let him kill himself.
Is that against the law to say that?
No, like I have a duty to protect him.
No, you don't.
Ah, yes. The famous duty to protect line. Small problem. The Supreme Court says they don't have one. Castle Rock v. Gonzales, Descheny v. Winnebago, police have no duty to protect you from anyone, including yourself. But when they want to beat a man in crisis, suddenly it's their solemn oath.
Castle Rock versus Gonzales. That's a Supreme Court ruling that says you guys have no duty of public safety. None. Zero. It's a myth.
It's a myth.
It's a myth. You guys aren't...
I swore an oath already to protect everyone.
No, you didn't. You swore an oath to uphold our rights under the Constitution. You didn't swear an oath to keep us safe. We can keep ourselves safe, and the Supreme Court has ruled on that.
What about a situation where the God doesn't keep himself safe?
Hey,
Are we supposed to allow
don't argue with me. It's the Supreme Court.
I'm asking your opinion.
It's not my opinion. The Supreme Court already ruled on it. Castle Rock versus Gonzales. You guys have no duty whatsoever of public safety. If y'all would have let him run off and he'd have went and unalived himself, he could not have held y'all responsible. Look, this guy, Nino, looks absolutely shocked.
No.
All the propaganda is like,
No, well, there would be an argument in court that we do that.
no, you don't.
Maybe what you were referencing the Supreme Court case, but
It is a Supreme
it
Court
would definitely
case.
go to a civil process.
There is another case too. Y'all don't have any obligation until they're in your custody.
That duty comes from the 14th Amendment's Due Process Clause. The state has to provide for a person's basic safety and medical needs while they're in government custody. Courts have been clear on this. If police arrest or detain you, they're now responsible for ensuring you don't get harmed due to neglect, abuse, or deliberate indifference. If someone dies by suicide or is injured while in police custody, civil liability under Section 983 civil rights lawsuits can attach if officers failed to take reasonable steps to protect them. So Harvey's point is spot on. Before custody, police can walk away and say, no duty. After custody, they're absolutely on the hook. Any harm, especially beatings, neglect, or suicide in custody, can result in liability for the department and officers involved. The hypocrisy is brutal. Cops claim a duty to protect to justify forcing themselves on someone who doesn't want them. But when that person actually is in their custody, that's the moment the law really does impose a duty. And that's also where we often see neglect, abuse, or brutality instead of protection.
Now that he's in y'all's custody, oh, absolutely, y'all, it's y'all's duty now to keep him safe now. Yeah, that's where it, yeah, if something happens to him now, y'all are on the hook.
Exactly. And Harvey was right to point that out. Here's how it works. Before custody. No general duty to protect. Per Castle Rock versus Gonzales, DeShaney versus Winnebago County, police can choose whether or not to intervene. They're not legally required to stop someone from self-harm. After custody, different ballgame. Once police physically take someone into custody, whether it's an arrest or an emergency mental health detention, they do assume a constitutional duty. The duty comes from the 14th Amendment's Due Process Clause. The state has to provide for a person's basic safety and medical needs while they're in government custody. Courts have been clear on this. If police arrest or detain you, they're now responsible for ensuring you don't get harmed due to neglect, abuse, or deliberate indifference. So Harvey's point is spot on. Before custody, police can walk away and say no duty. After custody, they're absolutely on the hook. Any harm while in custody can result in liability for the department and officers involved. The hypocrisy is brutal. Cops claim a duty to protect to justify forcing themselves on someone who doesn't want them. But when that person actually is in their custody, that's the moment the law really does impose a duty. And that's also where we often see neglect, abuse, or brutality instead of protection.
Here comes an ambulance. Yeah, they roughed his ass up. How dare you think about hurting yourself? That is our job. We will take care of that for you. So that guy right there with the glasses and the tan shirt, he called the cops on his friend. Now his friend got the shit beat out of him. He's going to have criminal charges. He'll probably be on probation for a year. I mean, dude, people get upset and say dumb things. You don't have to call the cops on them. Oh, you said you're going to freaking jump in the water?
That's one of Harvey's strongest points, and it resonates with a lot of people who've seen how help from police actually plays out. Calling cops does not equal calling help. In a mental health crisis, involving police often creates violence, trauma, even criminal records, none of which solve the original problem. If your friend's first instinct is to call police instead of sitting with you, talking, or calling an actual crisis counselor, that's not really support. Police bring control, not compassion. And once they're involved, the situation can spiral far beyond what anyone intended. By saying I wouldn't want friends who call the cops on me for anything, he's flipping the narrative. Friends should be a safety net, not a trigger that brings armed strangers into your most vulnerable moment.
What's the charge, Nino?
Right now, evading detention and resisting arrest.
Those are secondary charges. Y'all chased him down to charge him with resisting arrest?
Well, he decided to fight with us.
After y'all chased him? What was the purpose of chasing him? If he has a good lawyer, that's going to be easy to get rid of.
He's not trying to.
I mean, normally with resisting arrest or evading, there already has to be a charge first. You can't just chase someone down and then charge them with resisting arrest. I mean, I know you can. You do it all the time. But, you know, it's... And the prosecutors will probably tell you good job, but a good lawyer will destroy that in seconds.
Yep, and Harvey's right on the money there, too. Resisting arrest and evading detention hinge on the lawfulness of the original detention. If the detention wasn't lawful, or if the officers used excessive force, a good defense lawyer can get those charges tossed. Texas courts have thrown out resisting charges when the only thing the person was resisting was unlawful force. Same with evading. If the state can't show the cop had legal grounds to detain in the first place, the charge crumbles. These charges are often called cover charges or contempt of cop charges. They appear after force is used as a way to justify the escalation. They're also the easiest for defense attorneys to challenge because they're stacked on shaky ground. Harvey is undercutting the cop's authority, letting his audience know these charges aren't about justice, but about control. Police depend on people not being able to afford strong legal defense.
So my concern was his welfare. I called non-emergency. These wonderful officers showed up to help someone who's maybe having some hard times.
They made sure that he didn't hurt himself, that they did it for him. And now he's got charges on him in jail.
Let that be sorted out.
He'll probably lose his job. He's in such a better shape now. You're such a great friend. Oh man. Look,
we just talked him out of the water.
I was respectful of somebody's feelings.
If earthworms had machine guns, birds wouldn't fuck with them.
But you have people feeding the birds every day.
If earthworms had machine guns, birds wouldn't fuck with them. True? Okay, that's basically what y'all are saying. Well, if he would have went in the water and... People get mad and say stuff. That don't mean they're going to do it. Does he have a history of hurting him? Does he have a history of hurting himself?
I don't know. Maybe you should talk to him. Have you talked to him? Do you know him at all?
No,
You just walked by with a camera.
And
real,
he knows who I am because he's been hollering my name out the back. I'm semi-famous around here. Nino and his wife watch my channel.
Is it Harvey?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh.
See, he even knows me. Hell yeah.
Leaving him hanging. Please.
He's left me hanging.
I really...
He doesn't like
I'm
me.
sorry.
Oh, he didn't see me.
I don't know what to do right now. I'm really overwhelmed with the information and this all. I just hope it's fine.
Hey, look, I know that in your heart...
I don't even know what's going to
You were
happen.
trying to help. I really know. I know that for a fact. You were trying to help. You thought you were doing the right thing, but really, in reality, you hurt the guy even more.
I believe you all did their thing.
Thank you, because I believe you guys are here to serve and protect.
And I believe that everybody has the right to their own opinion.
Absolutely.
And that's just my opinion.
That's the reason why it's the best country in the world.
Shared by millions.
I was out here helping the officer locate things. I'm a good guy. I helped get this crosswalk fixed. What were you doing?
There's no doubt in my mind that you're not a good guy. I know you thought you were doing the right thing. People used
for you to be walking by with some content. I know there's a lot of other YouTubers who love it.
I wasn't walking by. I was listening to the police scanner. I was like all the way on the other side of the island when this first came over the scanner. I just don't like. Here's my thing. You guys called. You're concerned about a friend. You thought, okay,
I went out waste water to rescue them from the water.
Yeah, you're a good guy, man. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. You're a good dude. I know you did what you thought was best.
Hours ago, so I'm like, I don't know his mental state.
But here's the thing, man. The cops showed up to check on him, and the guy decided, I don't want anything to do with y'all, and he ran. Here's where, in my opinion, the police should have just let him run off. Are you not free to run in America? But no, they chased him down and hurt him, and then they charged him with resisting arrest. So when he gets out of jail, he's going to be even more pissed, and he's going to want to hurt himself even more. That's my opinion.
That's one of Harvey's sharpest reality checks. And it's devastating because it's true. Harvey basically laid it out for the so-called friend. I get that you thought you were doing the right thing. But look at what actually happened. The cops chased him down. They roughed him up. They arrested him. They stacked on BS charges like resisting and evading. And when he finally gets out of jail, he'll be worse off than before, traumatized, criminalized, and still without the real help he needed. Harvey exposes the systemic cycle: crisis, police, violence, jail, release, worse crisis. Harvey's bluntness makes the friend face what they actually caused, instead of hiding behind, "I thought I was helping." Thought you were helping? Now he's beat up, locked up, and broken down. That's the reality of calling cops on someone in crisis. It doesn't protect them, it punishes them.
I'm as confused as seeing why the police slapped his face.
Yeah, and see, this guy's mad because he witnessed the police slapping the guy in the face twice. Nino.
But I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to expect.
I mean, you guys could have slapped him in the face. You didn't need police to do that. You guys could have tied him up, got ropes and tied him up. Yeah, you just next time, slap him in the face, get a rope, tie him up, throw him in a cage for a couple of hours. I would actually try to save his life before calling the police. They're lucky, like honestly, in reality, they're lucky that this guy didn't end up getting killed by the police. Oh, you're running and fighting? Now you gave us an excuse to... And they did. They hurt this guy.
That's another one of Harvey's gut punch truths, and it puts everything in perspective. Police interactions in crisis are lethal far too often. People in mental health distress are disproportionately likely to be killed by police compared to others. Calling the cops is rolling the dice. Once armed officers show up, every second carries the risk of escalation, panic, and deadly force. The outcome they got, beating, arrest, bogus charges, was bad, but it could have been much worse. National data shows roughly 1 in 5 fatal police shootings involve someone with mental illness. In Texas especially, there are countless cases where protective custody ends in tragedy. By involving the police, the so-called friends exposed him to the very real possibility of being killed under the banner of safety. And that's the dark truth. Call the cops on a friend in crisis, and you're not calling for help. You're gambling with their life.